What's the longest word ever spoken on the YouTube channel Jetlag the Game? We're so back. No, I said word, not It's extemporaneously.
Because Brian forgot to record when I was saying this extemporaneously.
Bonus points if you know which video that's from. I made a short video asking all of you if I should analyze the words of jet lag, and you all did not disappoint. I even got likes from Sam and Adam, two of the show's creators. Sam and Adam, if you're watching, this is for you. Unlike other channels I've analyzed, I've actually seen every episode of jet lag. Choo choo choo! And they have some popular catchphrases, which one of us regularly repeats. I bet their most common phrase is, "We're so back." It's not, and I'll explain why that is later. But what's really interesting is that this is the first channel I'm able to actually separate out the different speakers in the transcript in order to analyze them individually. They said it couldn't be done. No one has ever said that. In this video, we'll analyze their speaking rate, difficulty of words, and most common phrases. We'll discover who's the most positive and negative speakers, and we'll try to correlate positive speakers with season winners. We'll even see if we can predict who the season winner will be just from watching the first episode. But enough talk, more data! It's data time!
I'm Data.
In 2010, Sam Denby created his first YouTube channel, Wendover Productions. At first, he just used it to upload various videos he made. Then, in 2015, he started uploading educational videos, which are what he's most known for. These mini documentaries tend to focus on topics relating to geography, transportation, logistics, and economics. In 2017, Sam started his second channel, Half as Interesting. This channel would produce more lighthearted informational videos that were shorter and more upbeat. The topics for these videos came from Wikipedia's list of strange and unusual articles. For this channel, Sam hired Adam Chase and Ben Doyle as writers for these videos. In 2022, Sam, Adam, and Ben started making videos for a new channel, Jetlag the Game, a reality game show in the style of The Amazing Race, where players have to travel to compete in different game styles. Each season offers a different format, but their most popular formats are tag and hide and seek, where one player flees while the other two pursue. I also created a hide and seek video, but made it more technical, utilizing a homing device I created. Comment below if you'd like to see another video like that. So far, there have been over 15 seasons of Jetlag. Some seasons include a guest player. In these seasons, Sam and the guest form one team, and Ben and Adam form the second team. About half the seasons have two teams, while the others just have the three main players. In total, I was able to download the transcripts from over 100 of their videos, totaling over 60 hours of watch time. This is over 500,000 words spoken, with a lexicon of over 10,000 unique words spoken. So what can you do with all this info? One interesting difference I noticed between Jetlag and Sam's prior channels is how much slower everyone speaks. For Jetlag, the average speaking rate is 140 words per minute. For Wendover, it's 174 words per minute. And for the fast-paced Half as Interesting channel, it's 199 words per minute. Jetlag is so much slower than their other channels. Well, this makes sense, since Jetlag is an unscripted show and people tend to speak slower when they don't know what they're going to say. Also, Jetlag has some musical interludes, whereas Wendover and Half as Interesting are basically wall-to-wall narration. What's their most common word? The. No, I mean like real words. Right. So this is something everyone asks of me, and it's difficult to answer since the most common words we all say in English are small connector words like the, to, I, a. So instead, someone suggested I use term frequency inverse document frequency. What's that? That's where you calculate the frequency of words spoken by one speaker and compare it to the frequency of words spoken by other speakers. What other speakers can you compare against? I currently have transcripts from 64 other YouTube channels that I've also downloaded. If we compare the frequency of words spoken on Jetlag to the words spoken on these other YouTube channels, we can find the words that are commonly spoken on this channel that are not commonly spoken on other channels. That way, we can determine which words are their most uniquely common words, or top words. If we exclude advertisements, we see a lot of words based on locations they travel to, like Zurich, Strasbourg, Osong, Zermatt, and Dongdaegu. We also see that they frequently refer to the Shinkansen, the Japanese bullet train. Not surprisingly, we see that their names are also top words. Finally, right in the middle of all these proper nouns, we see this little surprise, all right. All right? That seems like a word everybody uses. Oh, it is. 88% of YouTube channels say it. So then why is it on this list? Because they say it over 1,900 times, which is disproportionately high compared to the other words they say. I don't recall them saying all right a lot. Neither did I, until I looked into it.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right.
All right, well, our time is up.
All right, hit him with the radar quickly before he
All right,
can
all
curse us
right,
again.
all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right. Honestly, saying all right is better than saying all the time, which is what I do when I'm not scripted. What about we're so back? Why isn't that on the list? Well, that's not a word. Can you run this process on phrases too? I can. If we look at their top phrases, we find battle challenge, the layover, the seekers, curse of the, on nebula, jet lag, and at nearly 300 instances, their top phrase is Ben and Adam. Wait, you still didn't mention we're so back. Oh, right. So that's a bit more complicated. There isn't just one phrase to track, but several. Looking through their transcripts, I was able to find we're so back, we are so back, we are so frickin' back, be so back, being so back, it's so back, we've never been more back, we're kind of so back, we are so back. Even if we add up all these values, we still only get 42 instances, which isn't enough to make our top list of phrases.
And we are so back, Toby.
So back.
So back.
We're so back, we've never been more back, etc.
We are so back. We are so back.
What about the other phrase? It's so over. Oh, that's even smaller. I was able to find the phrases, it's so over, it was so over, we're so over. But even if we add all of them up, we only get 14 occurrences.
I have a tendency to kind of vacillate between it's so over and we're so back. And right now it kind of feels like it's so over, but maybe soon we'll be so back.
We're so back.
We're so back, we've never been more back. We're some of the most back we've ever been, etc.
You forgot about the it's so over.
Well, yeah, it's so over for Ben, we're so back. It was so over for us earlier, but now it's so back, we're so back.
Yeah.
A more common phrase is my personal favorite, the snack zone, at 57 instances.
Welcome back to the snack zone.
Ooh, the snack zone, that's good. More like the snack zone, baby. We're in the snack zone. Welcome back to Snack Zone, baby.
What about choo choo choo? It was only said 11 times.
And I would like to welcome you to this special edition of Choo Choo Choo.
This feels very derivative.
Welcome back to this episode of Choo 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 Derailed.
You didn't. This is snack zone now.
No, I said no. Welcome to this episode of Choo 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 Derailed.
Welcome to the snack zone.
What about Deutsche Bahn? Yeah, so this is the other phrase people ask me about. Apparently, Deutsche Bahn, the German national rail company, is really terrible. Players often found themselves victim to Deutsche Bahn's delays and cancellations, prompting them to coin the phrase, "You got Deutsche Bahn."
I need like a shot of your face in the train, everything, just like, you got Deutsche Bahn.
But what I really want to do is take advantage of the thing I haven't seen any other channels do. What's that? Analyze multiple speakers separately. You see, jet lag changes the color of the text depending on who's speaking. This allows me to analyze each speaker separately, which was never possible to do with the other channels I've analyzed. What is more, jet lag is really consistent with who gets which color. Sam is the default color, which is usually white. Adam is yellow. Ben is cyan. The guest player is green. And even Sam's voiceover narration is italicized to separate it from his on-camera voice. This is great. By keying off the HTML tags, I can basically determine the speaker for every word spoken in the transcript. Seasons 1 and 2 didn't use this color coding, and season 15 had 6 speakers, which is more complicated than I want to deal with. So for this analysis, I will limit the data to seasons 3 through 14. Who talks the most? Sam. Sam speaks about 28% of the time, followed by Adam at 27%, Ben at 24%, narrator Sam speaks almost 9% of the time, and the guest players, who aren't in every season, speak about 8% of the time. However, Sam, Ben, and Adam all speak roughly the same amount. What kind of analysis can you do with this? The first thing I can do is look at the difficulty of the words they use. I have a Python library that contains a list of 3,000 words it thinks are the easiest words in the English language. I provide each word spoken by each speaker, and if the word is not in the list, it's considered difficult. From this, we can see that the percentage of Sam's words that are considered difficult is 13%. For Adam, it's 12%, and also for Ben. For narrator Sam, it's 17%, and for the guest players, it's almost 13%. For comparison, if we do this same analysis on all words spoken from Half as Interesting, it's 21%. And from Wendover Productions, it's 25%, which is higher than most channels I've analyzed. the word difficulty for Jet Lag is so low compared to their other channels? Well, this makes sense. When they're running around in an unscripted game, they're going to be communicating more casually. Conversely, half as interesting is a scripted informational channel, and Wendover is an even more serious academic channel. So honestly, I'm not surprised by these results. The other thing I can do when separating the speakers is find out who is saying all right so much. If I break down the all rights by speaker, we can see that Ben says it over 300 times, Sam says it over 500 times, but Adam says it over 700 times. I don't remember them saying that word so much. I didn't either, but it's there.
All right. Here we go. All right, last one. Here you go. All right, we got a boogie. All right, we got a boogie. All right.
Welcome to.
All right.
Do you like this video? Question mark. No, it's punctuation. You don't say it. Oh, right. Okay, see what I have to deal with? If you like this video, then like this video and subscribe. Also, join my newsletter in order to stay up to date. Up to date? Is that one word or 3 words? One word as an adjective, but 3 words as a noun. It's fine. Oh, so it's 3. We each have to do one. Finally, support my Patreon to get your name in the credits! Exclamation mark! No! Don't say punctuation! Oh, right. No, I didn't. Next time. We are never doing this again. We are so back. Another thing we can do is perform more complex analyses on these transcripts by processing them through a large language model. You mean AI? That's right. What can you analyze? First off, we can do sentiment analysis on their words. What's that? That's where the computer tells us how positive or negative each speaker is. For this analysis, I asked the AI to rate each speaker on a scale from -100 to +100, where -100 is the most negative sentiment and +100 is the most positive sentiment, with 0 being neutral. On average, Sam has a sentiment score of +40, Adam has a score of +43, Ben has a score of +46, and narrator Sam has a score of +45. So they're all positive. On average, yes. For comparison, here are the sentiment scores of the guests. Michelle has a score of 56. Scotty has a score of 51. Toby, 49. Brian, 35. And Tom, 29. Oh, the guests have a much wider range. Yes, but it's important to note that I have a lot less data for the guests than I do for the main players. In my experience, the less data I have, the more the scores tend to vary. I wonder if winners have higher scores. Wait. Before we continue, we should warn viewers that for this analysis, we are going to reveal the winners of each season. Trigger warning. What? You're giving them a trigger warning. You mean spoiler alert. What's the difference? If you haven't watched Jet Lag the game, then what are you doing watching this video? Go watch their YouTube channel to find out the winners, or skip to the next part of this video. We're going to reveal all the winners from Season 3 to Season 14 and analyze their sentiment scores. Season 3 was a 3-player game of tag, and Adam won. Despite this, he had the lowest sentiment score, whereas Ben had the highest sentiment score. Season 4 was a 2-team game, where Ben and Adam won, and you can see they both had much higher sentiment scores than Sam and Brian had. Season 5 was also a 2-team game, where Sam and Toby won. They had higher scores than Ben and Adam, with Toby being a bit more positive than Sam. Season 6 was again won by Ben and Adam, and again, they had higher sentiment scores compared to Sam and Scotty. However, Scotty's sentiment was noticeably higher than Sam's. Season 7 is back to a 3-player game, where Ben won and had the highest sentiment score by far. In Season 8, Sam and Michelle won, and they had the higher sentiment scores. In Season 9, just like in Season 3, Adam won, and just like in Season 3, Ben, not Adam, had the highest sentiment score. In Season 10, Sam and Toby won, just like in Season 5. However, this time, they had lower scores than Ben and Adam, with Toby once again being more positive than Sam. In Season 11, Sam won and had the highest sentiment score, though for this season, all 3 players had rather low sentiment scores. In Season 12, Ben won and had the highest sentiment score by far. In Season 13, Ben and Adam won, and they both had the highest sentiment scores by far. In Season 14, Adam won again, and just like his other solo victories, he is not the most positive one. However, for this season, all 3 players have rather low sentiment scores. Wow, that's a lot of random data. Well, there are a few trends we can find here. First off, we can see that the winner typically has the highest sentiment score. If we look at the winner of each season, we see that they always had the highest sentiment score, with two major exceptions. Whenever Adam had a solo victory, he never had the highest sentiment score. Also, the second time Sam and Toby won together, they did not have the higher sentiment scores. The other thing that I think is more interesting is that the overall sentiment tends to be higher when there is a guest player. Sam, Ben, and Adam are overall more negative when they are just playing by themselves. Why would that be? Well, it might be they're trying to be on their best behavior for their guests. Sometimes we feel more comfortable being negative around people we know, and the three of them have been working together for years. Overall, in seasons where Sam, Ben, and Adam are playing by themselves, they average a sentiment score of 37. But in seasons with a guest player, the overall average is 48. That's an 11-point increase. Specifically, when Sam is playing by himself, he has a score of 35. But when he's playing with a guest, his score increases to 43. When Ben is playing by himself, he has a score of 41. But when he plays with Adam, his score goes up to 51. Finally, when Adam plays by himself, his score is only 18. But when he plays with Ben, he has a huge increase to 52. That's a 34-point increase. By himself, Adam is more negative than anyone else. But with Ben, he is more positive than anyone else. Adam really does that well with Ben? It would appear so. I don't really remember noticing this while watching the game. Comment below if you agree with this conclusion. Another interesting thing I was wondering while analyzing these transcripts was if the AI could understand Jetlag's unique style of humor. So I asked the AI to isolate the most humorous excerpts it could find. Interestingly, it exclusively chose quotes from Ben. Here are some of the funniest quotes in Jetlag, according to the AI.
Comment below if you've been hunted by men for sport.
I probably to not get found by two boys. If you see a fully grown man just sitting under a slide, you should be able to kill him.
I have been going into the woods and shouting snake, and no snakes have appeared.
I had a dream last night that Sam and Adam fell down a well, and I won. And when I went home, there was a parade for me, and people were in the streets, they were crying, like tears of joy, like they were weeping. And Joe Biden was there, and he kissed me on the forehead, and he gave me a big key to the city. And Sam and Adam were still down in the well. Was it a dream or was it a premonition? Only time will tell.
So why did it only pick quotes from Ben? I'm not sure. All the quotes seem to highlight Ben's absurdist style of humor. I think the AI realized he's talking about the most ridiculous things possible, and it just assumed they were all jokes. It also seemed to select a lot of violent jokes, which surprised me. But then again, maybe that's all of Ben's jokes. Comment below what you think about Ben and his deadly humor. But what about the predictions? You said you wanted AI to predict the winners of each season. Right. So I gave the AI the transcripts of the first episode of each season and asked who it thought would win that season. Was it right? So for seasons that have two teams, there is a 50% chance of just guessing the correct winner. The AI was right 50% of the time. That doesn't sound so good. No. For seasons that have three players, the chance of guessing the correct winner is 33%. The AI was correct less than 17% of the time. Wait, the AI was worse than if you just guessed randomly? That's right. We got Deutsche Bahn by the AI. No. This is actually a good thing. It means that the game is designed and edited in a way that you won't know who's going to win just based on the first episode. If we all knew who was going to win after episode 1, no one would watch episode 2. So that's it? The AI didn't work? It's so over. Well, the AI was able to give me a lot of useful analysis. I also asked it to do something much more interesting than predicting winners. What's that? I asked it to do a stylometric analysis on the transcripts in order to get overall insights to the game. Stylometric? That's where the AI does an open-ended analysis on the speaking style of each speaker in order to discover any interesting insights. I asked the AI to focus on Sam, Adam, and Ben and highlight how they've changed over the seasons. I even asked it to provide any unusual oddities it thought were useful. These are some of those results from the AI. Sam is the de facto leader. He is the one who naturally becomes the explanatory or directive lead, keeping plans coherent and checking in with teammates. More than the others, Sam explicitly trends towards risk assessment, logical deduction, and meta-framing. When pressure spikes, especially in disadvantaged roles, Sam's speech turns inward and self-doubting while still trying to stay analytical. Early seasons show Sam as more confident and direct. Later seasons reveal more self-doubt, introspection, and meta-commentary, especially when under pressure or when plans go awry. Adam is especially expressive and witty, often carrying the comedic momentum. Compared to the others, Adam is most associated with bold, creative, risk-inducing plays and actively enjoying exploiting game mechanics. Adam's sentiment is highly variable and tightly mirrors his expressiveness. He becomes more introspective and self-deprecating in later seasons, especially when under pressure or when plans fail. Ben is the morale stabilizer with his playful, self-deprecating humor. He is especially supportive and practical, the one who keeps camaraderie rolling. Ben's baseline is upbeat and quick to recover after setbacks. He is emotionally steady relative to chaos. Unlike Sam and Adam, Ben becomes more confident and assertive in later seasons, especially when in the hider-runner role. Across all seasons, the emotional and sentiment scores for Sam, Adam, and Ben are highly dependent on their in-game roles. When acting as the runner-hider, their emotional volatility and introspection increase, and sentiment scores show greater swing. When in the chaser-seeker role, they are more confident, collaborative, and emotionally stable. As the show progresses, both the players and narrator Sam become more self-aware and meta in their commentary. This shift is associated with increased audience engagement and higher sentiment scores, especially during complex or chaotic episodes. The show's emotional tone becomes more transparent and self-reflective over time. Players are increasingly open about their anxieties, frustrations, and doubts, which humanizes them and increases audience empathy. Even after major setbacks, sentiment scores often rebound quickly if a player makes a joke or engages in banter. This suggests that humor is not just a coping mechanism, but a key driver of emotional resilience within the group. Episodes with international guests or partners tend to have higher sentiment scores and more positive emotional arcs, possibly due to the novelty and increased camaraderie. That's a lot of info. Is it accurate? Well, I am surprised it says Adam carries the comedic momentum when it literally only picked humorous quotes from Ben. However, it did seem to catch that the sentiment score is higher when there's a guest player. Overall, it does seem mostly in line with the show as I remember it, but I might also be forgetting things. Comment below what you think about this analysis. I'm summarizing a lot of information here. So if you want to see a full report of my findings, click on the link in the description. Do you think Sam, Ben, and Adam would agree with this analysis? I don't know. If they are watching this, and they did like my Instagram reel, I'd definitely like to know if this is in line with their perceptions of playing the game over the years. Maybe then we can learn how useful this analysis is. All right.